Okay, friends, welcome to your mat and to your practice. And, I do have my heating pad here. I keep my house pretty cold. So that's a nice thing just to bring it in. And good. And then once you're here, just take a few moments to kind of feel yourself seated, a little bit of grounding as you release down and then anchor the sit bones, press down to rise up. Good. And if you haven't closed your eyes, you can do that. Let the jaw drop. And just as you are, wherever your hands are resting, starting to feel your breath. Call all that, anxious energy or stress or anything that's buzzing around you, just call it in. I like to imagine that just bringing it all in, just settling it. So I acknowledge its presence. Notice any tension in the jaw, just as you are. Tension in the eyes. Tension in your neck. Maybe you can even feel in the shoulders. We'll move to bring the hands together at the heart. Take a nice full breath in. And as you breathe out, bring the hands together. Bow your chin with great reverence and honoring, devotion, intention. And above all that, your great presence. So welcoming yourself to your practice. And as you begin your next inhalation, lengthen once again, lift your chin and exhale as you are. And we'll open this practice with 3 ohms. Inhale. Bowing your chin. Place your hands on your thighs. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, friends. So let's start let's take downward facing dog. We'll all start in downward dog. And you'll stay in downward dog 5-10 breaths. And then we'll come down for child's pose. So place whatever props you need. Maybe something underneath your knees. You could bring your blocks forward too as you're adjusting yourself. Nice. And as you move into your downward facing dog, this is just a chance to feel in, how your shoulders are doing and the backs of your legs, your breath. Making any movements you like. So you can pedal your legs or lift and lower your heels. So like I said, 5-10 breaths. You decide how long you would like to stay here in this downward facing dog. Just connecting the hands and the feet into the earth, letting the tailbone, sit bones lift, thighs press back, arms are strong. And taking your heart space back, your belly back. Okay, and then lowering into child's pose when you're ready. So again, arms can extend, and if you have your blocks there, sometimes it's nice to rest your hands on the blocks, and it just kind of gives your arms a lift so the head can drop in, and we sneak in a little bit of a shoulder opener. So it doesn't matter if you don't have your blocks, that's fine. However you are, just feeling your breath and your body as you open your practice. You can feel where the breath is filling. Notice any places of, maybe tingling or discomfort. Just acknowledging this body as it is. And taking 2 more breaths here. Nice filling and releasing. Good. Okay, we'll come up to hands and knees. We're going to move into cat-cow. So you can take your blocks out of the way. Might have the tops of the feet on the floor, the toes tucked under. And then just moving into your cat and your cow as you're ready. So again, you don't have to go very fast or very deep, just feeling the shoulders, the hips move, the back move, the belly move, the head move, feeling your breath. That's it, just rolling. And we're just going to do this for a few more rounds. So feel in, is there any way you can maybe smooth it out or move with greater intention into each part of this pose? Good. All right, let's do 2 more. And after you finish your second round, let's all meet in the cat pose, with the back arching and the head dropping. You're going to pull your tailbone towards your head and the head towards the tail. The hands are pressing down strongly. Okay, and then release into the cow. Let the belly drop, chin lift. And now take your shoulders away from your ears, like shine your heart through your arms. Anchor the hands a little more, draw the belly in. Look up as high as you can. Drop your jaw. Now keep your eyes looking up. We're going to shift back into child's pose. You keep looking up as you take your hips back, and the head will move and the eyes will move, but you're going to get this little eye stretch and then melt yourself back down into child's pose. And we can leave the blocks where they are. Just let your head come down. Let's take 3 full breaths here. Good. And then staying in this child's pose, just anchor your hands, lift your head. Yes, and then keep the right hand on the floor. We're just going to lift the left arm up. Just however it's going to go. You might roll right onto your right side, reach the arm. Good, and then release. And as you put this left hand down, stretch it out, like as if you can get longer. And then anchor it down, roll onto the left side, lift the right arm, breathe. And then release this right arm. Again, stretch it long, get so long. Bring it to the floor. Inhale, anchor the hands, lift your head. And exhale, close your eyes, melt down into your child's pose. Let the forehead come down. Let's see if you can turn your inner elbows to face each other. We'll take 1 more breath. We're going to come up to hands and knees and do that through cat pose. So the head drops and you draw the belly up. And you come up with the head dropping. And then once you get to your hands and your knees, tuck your little toes under and find neutral. So that you're not in cat, you're not in cow, you're in this in between. Let the face look down at the floor so the back of the neck is long. Take the shoulders away from the ears. Draw your belly in. Anchor the heels of the hands. Breathe here. Okay, now just keep your hands where they are, but shift your weight onto the left hand. Just move yourself over to the left. Now take the right arm up. And it can go up. Maybe it's going to go all the way up, maybe not, but anchor the left hand. You can look up if that's there. And release the right hand down with great intention. Find neutral. So anchor the hands. You're pushing into the floor. You might even notice the heart kind of moves back. Draw your belly in. Now shift the weight over to the right hand and anchor that hand. Take the left arm up, wherever it's going to go. And breathe. Smile. A little discomfort. Okay. And then release. Take it down. Good. Okay, yogi's choice. I'm going to take downward facing dog. I'm going to put my hands on these blocks here. And do that. You can just take downward facing dog without blocks or take your child's pose. It's all fine. Now, if the blocks are on your mat, they shouldn't go anywhere. And just breathing here, anchoring the heels of your hands, pressing your thighs back, heels towards the floor. Good. Okay, we're going to step the left foot to the outside of this left hand. If you want to put the right knee down first, you can do that. Or just step your foot out and then move yourself into lunge. So you just come forward and then take it back, and we're just going to straighten the leg. It doesn't have to go it doesn't have to go perfectly straight. Just feel that you're just inviting in this intentional lengthening just right here as it is. Good. And let's do one more. And then come forward, and I'm going to keep the knee lifted, but you can totally put that right knee down. Shift the weight onto the right hand. Press the left foot into the floor as you reach the left arm up. So I'm really anchoring the right hand. I'm lifting the back thigh up. Breathing. Good. And then release. And we'll step back, downward facing dog. Could be child's pose. You could also just sit and integrate. We'll take another 3 breaths, and wherever you are, sitting, child's pose, downward dog. Okay, and now we're going to take the right foot to the outside of the right hand. So if you need to put the left knee down, that's fine. And then you shift your heart forward, come into this lunge, and then swing it on back. And just moving front to back. So here's where you feel like, oh, okay, my legs are strong. And they can guide me forward and back. Great intention. Good. Let's do one more. And then we'll come forward into this lunge. I'm going to shift the weight onto the left hand. Maybe the left knee comes down. It's all fine. Keep the right foot strongly connected. Reach the right arm. And even lift your back thigh. Breathe and smile. And then release. Both legs back. And I'm going to sit on the tops of the feet, hips to heels. You can release your blocks. Your wrists might be feeling a little something. So feel free to move them around or just rest them. And just take a few breaths here. You can drop your gaze or close your eyes. Good. Take one more breath in and out. Okay. So we're gonna lift up into that little camel modification. You might take a block back just so you have it, but you know, might not need it. I'm gonna use the block. I'll just put my hand on it with the fingers pointing towards my knees. And this is where we're going. We're just gonna rock up. So you get a wrist stretch, little thigh, bring it down, but take this opposite hand in front, like we're doing a little twist. Good, and then we'll come back up. So you inhale, arch up, open, and then exhale into twist. So the hand comes down, just turn. And let's do one more. Open and close into your twist. And okay, release. You can move your block to the second side. I'm going to take a downward dog interval just to stretch it out. So it can even be hands and knees, one leg at a time if you prefer. Or in downward facing dog. And, okay, one more breath. And then we'll come back down. So adjust whatever you need to be here. Come back. Good. Okay, pause here and take 2 breaths. Just doing nothing, which is doing everything. Feeling, receiving. And then taking your opposite hand back, finding your block or the placement of your hand. And then inhale, lift your hips, lift your opposite arm up. And as you exhale, come down into the twist. And then inhale, arch up. Breathe, extend, feel, and release, twist. And last one. Come on up. Find your strength, your place, your joy, and release into your twist. Good. Okay, release from this completely. We're going to come to forward fold. So if you use blocks for forward fold, just bring them in. And you'll just tuck your little toes under. Lift your knees, lift your tush, and then walk your feet apart to a comfortable distance. Use your blocks or no blocks. It's all fine. Just drop into your forward fold. If you have blood pressure issues, you might stay on your blocks or put your hands on the wall. Otherwise, releasing and breathing. And then find a little bit of movement, maybe just swaying your hips. You might end up bending your knees. Just find whatever works here. Good. Okay. And then settling into your forward fold. So I'm going to come up onto the blocks. And if you don't have blocks, that's fine. You just come to this half forward fold. I'll use my blocks here. And I'm going to bring the blocks forward. So I still have my feet on the floor, but we're in this like half, between downward dog and between forward fold. Okay, now I'm going to press my hands into the floor, your blocks, lift the heart, lift the belly, shift your weight onto the right hand, and lift the left arm up. Wherever it's going to go, breathe. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. You might even get your arm up higher. Good. And then release. Inhale here, lift your head and your heart. Exhale, let's fold. However you are, just drop your head, hands on the floor on your blocks. Feel the backs of your legs, whatever is happening there. Know you're working on it. It's good work. Okay, and then come back to this not quite downward dog, not quite forward fold. Press your hands into the floor so the heart space lifts. Bring the belly in, and now shift your weight onto the left hand and reach the right arm up. And wherever it goes, again, if you bend your knees, you might find more space. Breathe. And release. And take the hands down. I'm going to drop all the way into forward fold here. I'll bring my hands to the floor. You do whatever works for you. Breathe. Okay. And then staying here, start to sit down in your legs. Bend your knees a lot. Feel your feet on the floor. Then you're going to start to lift your head. And we're going to keep from the waist down exactly as it is. But you're just going to take the arms out or maybe up. Open your knees apart. And then inhale all the way up. And exhale, release your arms. Pause here. Breathe. Yes. So good. Okay. All right, friends. So you might use your wall for balance. We're going to just move into, we'll start with tree pose. So I could keep my blocks here. Let's move this blanket out of the way. Okay. So either, hand at the wall is fine. Back at the wall is fine. And once you cleaned your space and prepared for tree pose, I'm just looking at your feet. Spread your toes. Anchor your feet down into the earth. Lift your heart. Yes. Just take a few moments. And imagine your tailbone is like this heavy dinosaur tail, and it's just melting to the floor behind you. Good. And then inhale, sweep your arms out to the side, reach up. Let's just take 3 breaths here, anchoring the feet, reaching the arms as you inhale. And exhale, a little softening. 2 more like that. You can look up if that's okay for your neck. Last one. And then we'll just reach up with the hands. Bring the palms together, down in front of your heart with great reverence. Soften your eyes. Rock the weight onto the left foot and lift the right heel up. Find your tree. Maybe the foot stays on the floor or it starts to come up. It's all fine and lovely wherever you go. Find your balance. Find your inner strength and inner connection. Embody the tree. Soften your eyes. And so you're looking at something that's not moving. Connect leg and foot, belly in, heart, smile, bring it all in. Okay, so we'll release, but I'm going to bring that right knee into center, and then I'll interlace my fingers and just bring that knee into my chest. Flex the feet, anchor your left foot. Breathe even in the wobbling. The wobbling is good. That's how we're brain's figuring it out. 1 more breath. Okay, and then release the leg like you don't even care if it ever touches the floor, right? Who cares? We care. And then bring it down. Let your arms drop. Maybe you close your eyes or just rest your gaze. It's always interesting to me when you close your eyes, then you really can tune into these little movements the body makes just naturally. And you can even feel, the energy in the left foot as it was working to find all the balance, and the right foot is going to feel different. Okay, we're going to come in the same way we did. So if your eyes are closed, gently open. Good. I'm going to give this instruction. Let's lift your kneecaps up. If you can, see if you can lift up. And then you almost kind of firm the whole leg. And then lifts right into the belly, lifts up, heart lifts. Good. And then drop your dinosaur tail. So if that works, you're going to feel the weight move into the feet and the toes maybe become light. And then inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Take 3 breaths here, lengthening, connecting to the earth, connecting to the energy above you. And as you finish your 3rd, we'll begin the 4th. It's an inhale, lengthen, palms together, exhale with great reverence, hands in front of the heart. And shift your weight onto that right side. Lift the left heel, turn the knee out, find your tree, whatever it is today. wobbling, falling, all of that. It's all fine. And you find that line from the foot to the crown of the head, and then anchoring, drawing the foot and the leg together. Belly coming in. Breathe here. So we can, whatever you can do to be here, nice and strong and stable. Okay, and then we'll release the same way. So I'll bring that left knee in, interlace, opposite interlace. If you can do that while you're balancing, and then breathing, even in the wobbling, it's all good. Anchor the right foot a little more. Bring the hip in. So you're anchoring from the hip down to the foot. One more breath. And then release like you don't even care. Right? Good. And then settle on your 2 feet. Drop your arms and close your eyes or rest your gaze and breathe. Mm-hmm. So good. Okay. Well, we're going to take pigeon in a tree. And so quick, I'm just going to do it like so quick just to remind you, boop, 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 maybe here. Okay? But we can also do it at the wall. So if you don't, you put your hands at the wall, you'll just cross over. And then I'm just going to lower my hands so you can see. I'll just stick my butt out and be here. So either one, you want to balance, we'll do it in the middle of the room. If you want to do it at the wall, you just face the wall. Extend your arms so they're straight. So I'm just right here, but I'm standing up. And then from there, you'll be able to move in. So whichever one, yogi's choice. I'm going to do it here in the center. I have my blocks here. Find the feet. Good. Let's come in the same way. So we'll take the arms, reach up. And you'll just take a few breaths. Just feeling the connection of the feet, the lengthening of the arms. That it's all here. And then exhale, either take your hands to the wall or at your heart. Shift the weight onto the left foot. Bend your left leg and cross that right ankle over your left knee. And then we bend the knee more. You stick the butt back for your balance. Start to come down. And the hands might just go to your thighs, or they might come down to your blocks. And then I'll bend the knee even more. I'm just going to turn to the side. It's about sticking the butt back so I can really get into that outer right hip. And if you're, if you want to go deeper, take your hands all the way down to the floor. Breathe. Okay, if you're ready to come out, but I'm going to do the next part, which is to walk my hands forward, lift this left heel, and come down to this sit. And if you're here, you're like, okay, great, what's next, Joe? Well, what's next is to actually come to sit. So I'll put the foot down, and I'm sitting, the heel, I can feel it. I'll bring this foot up, and then try and find some balance. So I take my hands off the floor, and feel. And then what comes down must come up. So wherever you are, if you're already up, that's awesome. You can even take a forward fold. And if you're still here, I might use the blocks. Lift the knee and then come all the way up. Here's where things require a little bit of strength. You can come back onto your blocks or just bring yourself all the way up as you're ready. If you can keep it and then step down, great. Okay, I'm just going to breathe. And if you're in your forward fold, that's beautiful. And you can bring yourself back up to standing. Prepare for the second side. However you do that, however long you hold it, it's all fine. We work the steps. So here's the next side. So again, we're just going to lift the arms up in the air. Take a few breaths, lengthening, releasing, being in this body. And then inhale, bring your hands to your heart or to the wall. Again, shift the weight to the right foot. Sit down in your legs, bend your knees. Take the left ankle across. And then you start to keep bending the knee. Maybe if your hands are balancing, hands can come to your thighs or to your blocks. And keep bending the knees, stick your butt back. And if you want to come all the way down, just for fun. Right? It's fun. This is more fun. Okay, and then we move balance. See what happens. Okay, and then what comes down comes up. So however you are, my friends, if you're already out, honor it. And if you're just making your way out, that's fine. You can just stand or come into forward fold for a few moments. So then come up, step down, and just feel all of that. Feel your heart beating, your breath. Good. Okay. Good. So we're going to step the feet wide and just come into a wide-legged forward fold. So you can bring your blocks if you like. I'm just going to move mine out of the way. We'll just take the hands right to the floor. And let's just start with a little bit of this side to side moving here, just to stretch yourself out. Good. And then you'll come to center. As you inhale, lift your heart. And lift your heart, like lift it up towards the sky. And exhale and fold. And as you fold down, I give you this little, if you think about cat-cow, the movement of the pelvis, of the hips. So when we do cow, we're pressing the hip bones, the front hip bones away. And when we're doing cat, we're bringing them in. So see if you can press the front hip bones away. And breathe. And one more breath. And then we're going to come back onto the hands, into this shoulders over wrists. So you have your blocks there. If you want to put your hands on your blocks, is fine. Guess what we're going to do here? We're going to spread the fingers, shift the weight onto the left hand, and then lift your right arm up. And you can press that left hand down. If you want to bend your left knee a little bit, you can explore that. One more breath. And then release. Take that right hand down. And then shift your weight onto the right hand. Take the left hand up. And again, do what you need to do. If you want to bend the right leg, that's all good. You look up. Don't forget your left arm. It's anchoring. One more breath. And release. Hands down. Let's just drop in between the legs. A few breaths. Maybe you might come onto your forearms or even rest your forearms on your blocks if you like. And drop your head. Good. Okay. And then bringing yourself back up. Now we're just going to I'm going to come to downward dog. So just walk your hands in front of your mat. Step back. Good. Okay. Let's take 2 breaths here. And we're going to shift forward into plank. Rock yourself forward. If you want to put your knees on the floor, that's fine. I'm actually going to wiggle my feet back a little bit. And then we'll lower all the way to the floor. Maybe knees first, maybe chest first. And once we come down, let's just take a few breaths of rest here. And feel your heart beating. Melt yourself to the floor. Okay, we're going to come up for Cobra. I'm going to do a full Cobra, but if you would rather do a little Sphinx, you can just put your forearms to the floor. Otherwise, bring your hands back, maybe the ribs underneath the shoulders or back a little more. Spread your fingers, anchor the tops of your feet, and lift from the shoulders. Lift the shoulders, lift the heart, back of the head, maybe the hands come into it and you lift yourself up. And wherever you are, just opening your heart like a cobra Anchor the heels of the hands. You can look up, look up. Take one more breath and lower down. If you're looking up, keep looking up as you come down. It's good eye stretching. And as we come down, we'll just rest. Maybe you rock a little bit. I'm going to do that 2 more times. So you go as high as you like. As you're ready, you'll inhale, arch your back, lift yourself up. Maybe you keep a bend in your elbows and you take a little, cobra dance, like you're looking over one shoulder and the other. Good. Take one big breath in and then slowly lower down. I'm going to look up as I come down. So taking that opportunity. I'll wiggle a little bit side to side. And if your hands are getting tired, just do the third one on your forearms. So let's come on up, back into this cobra. Take your belly in. This time I'm going to drop my chin to my chest. Let the jaw go. Take 2 more breaths. Really pressing the heels of the hands down. And lower all the way down and take full rest. So palm over palm. You can rest your forehead or turn your head. Let your feet flop. Maybe the heels will turn out, toes in. And breathe. And full breath in. Full breath out. Okay, from here we're going to come up and back to child's pose. So I'm going to separate the feet, the legs apart, bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together, and then take your hands, anchor the knees in the floor, lift your tush, draw the belly in, lift the shoulders, press your hands down, rise up and roll over your knees, adjust yourself and come into child's pose. And you can already just be in child's pose. So take it and be here. Take another 4 breaths. And last breath. And then make your way to sitting. We're going to come back to that little lift thing we did with the twist. So if you'd like to put a blanket underneath your knees or bring your block in, then I'll just pause for a moment and let you set yourself up. Okay. Whenever you're ready, you can take one hand back. Maybe it goes to the blocks or to the floor. I just feel that there. Anchor it. Lift your hips. Lift the arm. Okay, hold this. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then come down into the twist. I'm going to take the hand, turn your head as much as you can. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, release, twist. Good, last one. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Good. Okay. Switch sides. So, just for fun, I'm going to tuck the toes under and sit on the toes for the next one, just to get the feet to open. So keep the left hand or the opposite hand on the block. Anchor and inhale, lift up. Breathe here. And last inhale. Exhale and twist. Turn your head as much as you can. Good. Inhale, lift up, lift the arm, hold the breath here. Exhale, release. And one more breath in the twist. And then inhale, lift up, hold the breath, and twist. Good. Okay. Release the block. And you can sweep your legs out. There is one way you prefer to sweep your legs. So notice, see if you can go the opposite way. Just extend the legs. Okay, you can sit on your blanket if you have it there. Just rock your feet in and out. Okay, so we're going to take forward fold. We'll do Janu Shirshasana. So let's keep I'm going to keep my right leg extended and bring the left leg in. And you might have another, if you're sitting on a blanket, maybe you have another one you can toss underneath your knee here. Okay, remember this little hip thing we used to do at the beginning of Pandi? So just move your chest. You can even lift your elbows up a little higher and just rock your hips here. So you're moving. Good. And then bring yourself to face your extended leg. Let's take the hands down to the floor. And just for a moment here, before we take any forward folds, turn your heart to face your foot as best as you can. And then, if that feels very crunchy, bring that opposite outside knee in a bit. So whatever works. Good. And then outside hand stays planted. I'm actually going to take it back a little bit and then reach the opposite arm, the bent knee arm up. And exhale, extend yourself over this leg. Wherever you go, you can bring that, both hands either side of the leg. So I have my right leg extended. So the right hand is going to push down into the floor a little bit more than the left. Just breathe here. And close your eyes or soften your gaze. Let the jaw soften. And then if you can go deeper, just walk yourself into whatever your full expression is. But whatever it is, whatever shape we're in, we want to be soft. We want to breathe. We want to explore. Okay. But for the next 2 breaths here, I'm going to press that left knee into the floor and out. And that's going to shift me a little bit more onto the right side of my body. Okay. And then slowly release yourself out and just come to just sit in whatever neutral is. You can close your eyes or rest your gaze on the floor. And just feel all of that. And then we'll twist. So left hand stays on the floor. I'm going to reach the right arm up. And then turn your body to the left as you bring this right hand to the outside of the knee. Maybe the back of the hand to the knee. Turn. Turn your head as far as you can. And then even feel like your heart can turn a little bit more. Okay, now you're not looking at your extended leg foot, but can you press the middle of the heel into the floor? Spread your toes. One more full inhale and exhale as you are. And then slowly release the head first, then the hands. And just come to this center place. You can even bow your chin a little bit. Feel your breath. It's like you're wringing out, clearing out. Okay, and we'll extend both legs forward for a moment. Again, just move the feet like we did when we first got here. Okay, so we've done this one side. Let's take a forward fold, and you can just be as you are. But if you did set up by the wall, it's sometimes kind of nice to put your feet at the wall, if that works. It doesn't matter. Whichever you have here is fine. I'll actually show you a little trick. If you don't have the wall, and you can use the block. I'm just holding the block in my hands at the feet. It's all fine. Okay, so we start with just lengthening ourselves nice and tall. And if you feel okay, connected, you can reach your arms up without taking it in the back. Go there. And as you exhale, extend yourself out. And your hands might hit the wall if you're using the wall, or if you're not using the wall, they're not going to. And if you can come forward and have a block behind your feet, and just hold it. And just breathe, feel into the stretch. You know, this can be a place of great discomfort too, through the back, through the head, through the jaw. Okay, I'm just gonna find a little bit of cat pose. So staying in the shape, but I'll draw my heart back, belly back. See if I can drop the chin a little more. Yeah, let's take 2 more breaths. And then slowly you might just take your hands either side of your hips and come up for a moment. This is going to feel very soothing for your brain, hopefully. So just be in that for a moment. And with that softness, now let's take the right knee out and set yourself up for Janu Shirshasana, second side. So whatever that is. Okay, and once you have the legs open, just take your hands behind your back, be in the center. Nice easy breath, soft eyes. Okay, we're just going to start the turn. Let's take the hands either side of this extended leg and just feel for a moment. Can I bring the center of my heart to look at the tops of my toes? Even if that's just in your imagination, find that. And then anchoring the outside hand. Inhale, lift your right arm. And exhale, offer yourself to this. Put your hands anywhere you need. And if you feel like you're not even folding, you know, I'll remind you all the time, just dropping the head and being here. The work is unfolding. You know, slowly, slowly, slowly. Okay. And as you start to drop in and release, if you want to move in deeper, and take whatever your expression, your fullness of this pose is with great integrity. Like, we don't just want to flop in, like I was saying before class, that, you know, we want to move from a place of mindfulness and of strength. And if you're very stiff in these poses, then in a way that's, you know, a great place to start. Obviously, you have to start there, but you move, you know, with the body. Okay. So for the next few breaths, I'm just going to push this right knee down and out, like just pressing the floor away a little bit. And that will shift me a little bit more onto the left side. Good. Okay. And then as you come up, you anchor the left hand, reach the right arm all the way up to the sky. And then turn yourself to center and just come to rest in your center. You might bow your chin, you might close your eyes, just inviting and feeling all that softness. Okay. And then we'll move into twist. So I'm going to lift that left arm up. I'll keep the right hand to the floor, sweep the left hand, turn, and then bring that left hand to the outside of the knee, maybe back of the hand, whichever one. Turn your body. Turn your head as much as you can. Turn your heart. You might even draw your belly in a little bit. Okay, feel for your body. Are you in cat or cow? Can you bring in a little bit of that cow? Nice breathing. And inhale. On your exhale, turn the head first, and then release the hands and come to your center. And just let everything be. We're going to come back to forward fold with the legs straight in front. As you're ready, you know, set yourself up however you like. You know, I'll show you one other way you can do this. If you have a strap, you place the strap over the feet and you can pull yourself in, you know, depending on what you need. So there's so many ways: strap, block, wall, whatever works. If you feel okay to begin by lifting your arms, if you can do that, and then hands maybe to the wall or to your strap or to the floor or to your blocks. Let your head go. And however this pose is unfolding for you, invite that. Let your head be soft, your eyes soft, your jaw soft. And savoring the stretch you feel in the backs of your legs, maybe through your back, the neck, the head. Okay, we're here for 5 more breaths. And as you finish your 5th exhalation, you can walk your hands back and slowly come up. And this time as you come up, you might keep your eyes closed and keep your legs stretched out or bring them into cross-legged. Just take a few moments to just feel. I say cross-legged, but now I feel Baddha Konasana. I'm going to bring the soles of the feet in. Whatever works for you is all fine. Just bowing your chin. If you're in Baddha Konasana like me, I'm just going to hold the fronts of the shin and ankle. Just bring it in. Breathe. Okay, so however you're sitting, Baddha Konasana or cross-legged, we're going to come one last forward fold here. Just drop yourself in however you like. Soles of the feet together or cross-legged. Let your head go. Your heart space go. Softening through your breath. And as you feel ready, our next pose is Savasana. So you can stay here for a few more breaths if you like. Or if you're ready to come out, again, coming up and just taking a moment or two, maybe changing the cross of your legs to just feel this beautiful energy, this feeling of calm, of grounding, of presence, of openness. And then we'll move into Savasana. And I feel like I'm going to do a legs up the wall because we're here. If that is interesting to you, go for it. Whatever works to help you rest nicely. Bolster underneath your knees, blanket underneath your head. Something warm. If you have socks, if your house is a little chilly, then putting on your socks. Eye pillow. Taking your time. Okay. So however you've chosen to set yourself up, and just be still and receive. So I've gone legs up the wall. I'm going to just add the strap to just hold the legs together. Nice way. And letting yourself completely relax and release. Your body can just integrate all the energies, the intentions we planted with this practice. Releasing tension from all those places you know that you hold your attention. Maybe the back of the head, the sides of the neck, the back of your heart, the tops of your shoulders, your mid-belly, your pelvic floor, all the way down to the very base of your skeleton. Through your legs and the soles of your feet. Listening to the flow of your breath, like the waves of the ocean. The ebb and the flow. Softening through your eyes. Feeling the connection of the breath to this great release. Making the decision to either remain in your Savasana for a little longer. Starting to gently make little movements. Invite yourself to gently wake up, making any movements you need to journey your way to the fetal position. Just taking a few breaths there. If you're coming up to seated, starting to make your way. Bless you, puppy. Resting in your stillness for a few moments. Your hands, wherever you place them. Ganeshmi. Just feeling the shift of your energy and the freedom of your breath. And how grounded and connected you feel. And taking a full inhale. And on the exhalation, bringing the hands together in front of the heart, bowing the chin. And as you inhale, lengthen, lift your chin, keep your eyes closed. And we'll join together in our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. And we'll seal that with one Om. Inhale. Bowing your chin. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Namaste. Take a full breath in. Breathe into your hands. All your love, your devotion, your intention. Lift your chin. Gently open your eyes. And bless yourself. And we'll bless each other with our magic fingers and our breath. And we'll send that out everywhere. There we go. Great love and honoring for you and your practice and your presence. Thank you so much, my friends. Namaste.